Hey Salceologists, welcome back to my channel. I'm back in Canberra after visiting Melbourne for a little bit, and this weekend is a little bit hectic, not from a going out perspective, but from a packing perspective. It's officially 2 months before we move back to Melbourne, so we are now starting to turn the apartment upside down. I'm trying to do this in a smart way. I'm moving on my own without any help, so I just want to make sure that it's as stress-free as possible. So today I went to the hairdressers to get my hair done. That's why my hair is so straight and beautiful today. It's the only time you'll ever see my hair straight. It's after getting a blow wave from the hairdressers. So I was telling the girls this morning that this will probably be the last time I'm going to have a session with them before I move back. I might see them again before I leave, just quickly drop like a present off or something. But yeah, that was pretty sad. And then I went to IKEA to drop off all the furniture that I brought, like that I bought from one of my previous vlogs. If you watched that, you would have noticed that I went a bit ham with shelving and stuff. I never got to use the shelving because a week later I realized that I was moving and I shouldn't have bought a lot of that stuff. So I returned all of those. So my mind's been working overtime to figure out how we're going to do this move in the quickest, most stress-free, budget-friendly way possible. So I've been just speaking to a few people who have relocated from Canberra before to see what they did and, figure out what it is that I'm going to do. There are a lot of factors that are involved to moving, including what sort of furniture that I have, what sort of stuff I want to bring back to Melbourne, whether I'm willing to drive, the fact that I have a car that needs to be moved as well. Lots of logistic stuff, and it all needs to be done by mid-September because that's when my lease of this apartment ends. I've also been thinking a lot about where we're going to live, and I was looking for apartments in the first couple of months after I made the decision to move. But from what I've seen with the rental market in Melbourne at the moment, I'm just not feeling anything that's in the market at the moment. So I first explored the option of having a truck move all my furniture back to Melbourne. There was a problem with this because I didn't know where I was moving into yet. So I don't know what the space was going to be like. I don't know if my furniture would fit in that space. So I was just like, I don't know if that's the best option. And then after seeking a whole bunch of quotes as well, the cheapest cost for relocation of furniture on a truck was about $2,500. And I was like, fair enough if my items were all brand new and custom and bougie and all of those things. Half my stuff is from Facebook Marketplace, so I really couldn't justify the price. And some companies, get this, the insurance of your items is not covered in the cost. Or like the period of insurance is different for different companies. So one company who quoted me was like, it's $2,500, but it doesn't include insurance of your items, like when you actually load it onto the truck and off the truck. And I was like, isn't that the point where you really need insurance? Because that's the point where half the stuff breaks. And they're like, yeah, you got to pay extra for that. I was like, yeah, nah, I'm not doing this. This is too much of a headache. So I just decided to get rid of everything that I own except for very essential items. So the option I'm exploring at the moment is to put my car on a truck, to have a truck drive the car to Melbourne, and inside the car to just have some small essential items in there that I need to move to Melbourne. It seems like a bit of a cheaper option. Mind you, that option alone also costs about $1,000, maybe even less, depending on which company I go for. But I don't know. It's kind of like the best option we have at the moment. In the meantime, I'm posting stuff up on Facebook Marketplace. I'm posting it on my socials and telling people about it so that if anyone is interested in buying anything, to let me know. I've already sent out a spreadsheet of all the items I'm selling, including the prices and links to the items off the internet to some colleagues at work. And we're preparing a couple of items that I've already sold on Marketplace. So two people have already bought 2 items off me and they're going to pick it up tomorrow. So I need to make sure that those items are all cleared out, they're clean. And what I like to do is sometimes I like to throw in some free stuff for people that buy off me on Marketplace, just because I'm already like getting rid of stuff for free anyway. I might as well give it to someone that might need it. So one of the first items I decided to put up on Facebook Marketplace to sell was my TV stand. I had a buyer for this who was ready to pick it up the following day. So I had to get the TV stand from underneath the television, give it a bit of a vacuum and a clean, and get rid of all the stuff in the drawers first. Because this TV stand is really heavy, I wanted to put it on some wheels so that it was easy to move around the apartment and take it downstairs when the buyer was ready to pick it up. I also had this printer and scanner that I put on Facebook Marketplace to sell. I already had a potential buyer lined up to pick it up tomorrow as well. I also had some leftover paper and protective sheets as well that I was going to get rid of anyway. So I thought I would just throw it in for free so that the buyer didn't have to worry about, buying paper or anything. I needed to take a bunch of photos of this little black IKEA table because it was also going up for sale. So we just gave it a clean. I already had a buyer lined up for my black monitor screen, and my office desk, chair and drawers were also for sale as well. Oh my god, that was so exhausting. So I took out the TV stand from under the TV, gave the back a bit of a vacuum. Now I can just quickly wipe this down. So if you are someone who lives alone and you can't carry furniture for crap, I highly recommend that you purchase one of these. It's called a dolly and it's basically just a skateboard on wheels. I bought this one for $17 from Bunnings Warehouse, and you mount your furniture on it so that you can move it around with ease. So that's all ready to go for tomorrow for everyone to pick up their things. I wanted to show you guys my book collection. I have to sort through these to figure out which ones I'm keeping and getting rid of. But I was potentially thinking of doing a YouTube video on some of my book recommendations. I read a lot of personal development books, so if that's a vibe, let me know in the comments. And this was a ring light that I purchased during the pandemic and brought with me to Canberra when I was going through my influencer stage. I don't actually use it anymore. I actually use it to hang clothes when I steam them, which is very awkward. So I'm also selling her and hoping someone buys it. I just pulled out my drawers that were under my desk and emptied them. Who knew that there was so much stuff? Got stuff there, stationary's there. Some of those bins are filling up. So we're going to sell these drawers. These are really popular drawers. Lots of people have them, so I'm sure they will sell. The only thing is the rack, the drawer thing on the side is just popping out. So we're just going to fix it quickly. There's a bit of a stain in there, but I'm sure someone can just try and clean it. I just grabbed some of my tools and fixed the metal tracks of the drawers to make sure that they were actually moving in and out properly. When you are the eldest daughter of an Asian family, this is one of your many roles, fixing furniture around the house. How weird does my TV look without a stand? Now, I have nothing to eat for dinner or for breakfast. So I have to find the energy to go out and grocery shop before I go to bed tonight, which is not my favorite thing to do. But we need to eat, so let me just watch some TV for half an hour and then we can go. The kitchen's a bit of a mess, but I just quickly went grocery shopping and then I just made dinner. I was craving some tacos today and I had some prawns in the freezer, so yeah, prawn tacos for dinner tonight while we watch some Netflix. The chaos of this room. Good morning. It's Sunday and I woke up a couple of hours ago, as you can see. My straight hair is now curly and I've got no makeup on. I quickly just took a shower before just because I was waiting for two people to come and buy some stuff off Facebook Marketplace from me. The person who bought the printer came. She was really nice. She was someone who came from overseas and moved to Canberra. But the person who bought my TV stand never showed up. It was so weird. I was waiting for him for half an hour. The TV stand was already on the ground floor to make it easier for him. And he wasn't coming, and I was like, where are you, dude? I have so much stuff to do. Like, I need to go and buy more containers and everything today. So I was just like, when can I do that? He was like, yeah, I'm 10 minutes away. I'm just getting cash. I was like, sweet. And then got a message 15 minutes later saying, sorry, something came up and I will pick it up in the evening. What I just did was I just gave him a bit of an ultimatum. I said, this needs to be sold and picked up by a certain time. And if you're not here, then it's going back on the market and sold to the next buyer. I don't have time to sit here and wait around for people who may or may not buy my stuff. This stuff needs to be gone. I don't know, that was annoying. So now I finally get to eat breakfast because I've been waiting for that dude to arrive. Just some of my items that need to be donated to charity. I've got them in 2 bags, so we've just pulled over. Let's get them out. I'm trying to meal prep tonight so that I'm not cooking so much during the week. I'm in the mood for like roast, vegetables, a salad, and I'm gonna deep fry some chicken, southern fried chicken. I'm in the mood, so. This whole scenario is giving very aggressive MasterChef. I am a very aggressive cook. When I'm cooking, there is like banging and plates and things everywhere. At work today, my colleagues and I were asking each other, if we were a seasoning, what would we be? And my answer to this question was chili, because I like to bring in the spice, I like to bring in the heat. You feel me? I'm just kidding. I just have a habit of putting chili on everything I eat, including potatoes. Keeping it simple, so chicken, egg, and then a flour and spice sort of coating with the southern fried chicken, the same seasoning I use for the potatoes. And yeah, we're gonna deep fry it. I forgot to film the part where I was deep frying the chicken. And excuse the state of my kitchen. I do a deep clean every week, and I haven't been doing my deep clean recently because of the move. But yeah, I'll do better. I promise. On this particular weekend, I managed to prioritize making some YouTube content. This was for a what's in my bag video that is now on my channel. Even though we are in between a move right now, I still want to stay consistent on YouTube and still have to make some time on the weekends to do this. Look at you, so
Good boy.
so excited. Hello. Oh, yes. Hi.
Yeah, you can never tell.
I was so excited for this girls' night in. One of the girls decided to host like a paint and sip session at her house tonight, and we basically just bought some canvases and paints and brushes from Kmart, and we ordered in some pizza and drinks and had like a charcuterie board and just sat on her dining table with her dog Murphy, listened to some lo-fi music in the background, and just, had a chat and catch up about all the things that have been happening because we hadn't seen each other in a while. I really love to paint and love to be indoors during winter weekends, so this was such a vibe. Good morning. I have a day off today during the week because I have a medical appointment that I need to attend with my specialist today at the hospital. And I also have to get a few tests and stuff done today as well. I got ready a little bit earlier than usual just so that I have some time to have a chat to you guys about what is happening with the move and, giving you guys an update. And yeah, it's just been absolutely crazy the last couple of weeks. I actually took a couple of weeks off from content filming because of the move. So it's been a while since I've made videos from the last clips that you've seen. A lot has happened since then, actually. I'll show you guys in a second, but the apartment is practically empty now. The last couple of weeks have just been me organizing and lining up buyers for all of my items on Facebook Marketplace and working and running the business and just, lining everyone up when I'm working from home to pick up things and, just take some of my really big furniture items away. So the only big expensive items that I'm bringing is my TV. My TV is brand new, so we're going to find a way to fit her in to the car because my family's TV back in Melbourne is really old. I bought them that TV during the pandemic and it needs to be replaced. So I thought instead of selling off the TV that I have now, which is also brand new, I just thought I would give it to them. I will be flying one of my friends in, one of the girls, to do the Canberra to Melbourne drive back. And basically whatever we can fit in the car, we're fitting in the car and we're bringing back with us. One of the girls who offered to drive with me back to Canberra wanted to do like a little road trip anyway. And I was like, that would be great. It would be nice to have someone in the car and instead of me just driving the 8 hours straight, like take turns and give me a bit of a break. And, we'll treat it like a little road trip as well, which is always nice because I don't think I'll ever do the Canberra to Melbourne drive ever in my life ever again. So it will be our last hurrah, I guess. I also made the decision to just move back home with family for a couple of months and also have social support, family support to take care of me for a little bit because I'm not going to lie, mentally, physically, emotionally, I'm a bit burnt out. I just really need family around me right now just to take care of me and just get me like out of isolation for a bit. And it's really nice to have someone cook for me. Mum always cooks for me. And just the last couple of months while I was looking for an apartment to live in Melbourne, I just wasn't really vibing with the things that I was seeing. I really want to be 100% sure with the new place that I'm living in that it's the right place for me. One of the mistakes that I made moving to Canberra was just picking and choosing whatever apartment complex I could find because the Canberra market is very competitive at the very start of the year. It's a miracle if you get anything at the start of the year. That's how many people compete with you for a place to live. And I wouldn't say I settled with this apartment. This apartment is really nice and beautiful. It's also very central to Canberra. It's a great location. I just wish I had a bit of time to really explore my options a bit better and make wiser choices before I moved here. But, you live and learn. It's fine. So to learn from, I guess, those mistakes, not really a mistake, but I guess to learn from that lesson, I want to make sure that because Melbourne is my home, I want to make sure that I find the right place in the right suburb. And I also need to think about what I'm doing next year as well. Like what's happening with my life next year. Am I going into study? Where am I going to be studying? What university is that? Where do I need to live to be close to that? Like for convenience. What am I going to be doing for work? Am I doing something else on the side? How's the business going to run? Where is that going to run? Remembering that my routine in Canberra is very different from what my routine is going to be like in Melbourne. So yeah, I do appreciate and I'm very grateful that I have that option to just stay with family for a bit, and then yeah, we can figure out our next steps from there. It also gives me the opportunity to help my family out as well, like just to support them financially, pay for some bills and things, to just there is just so many things to think about. But yeah, it's gonna be an interesting chapter for sure. My number one priority right now is to just get through the next couple of weeks and move back home. Moving home is my number one priority right now. And I swear the universe is really testing my patience at the moment and really, really testing me. So I'm trying to keep it cool and just get through the next couple of weeks so that we can get home in one piece. This video was a little shorter and again, a bit mundane because I am going through a move and not doing any fancy travel things. If I have the time, I will try and visit a few Canberra spots before I leave. Just a couple of places that I didn't get a chance to visit while I'm here, and see if I can vlog that in between our packing. But otherwise, yeah, I'll see you guys in the next video for my saga of moving. See you later, guys. Bye.